What's up, my stitches? It's Drea. I know it's been about 4 months since I recorded a video. I don't really actually have much time to record anymore because I have a full-time job now. But I'm still at the work. Okay. Yes, she's still getting it in. All right. What are we talking about today? Let's talk about furls. As you can see, I have a gloriously beautiful Adonis. Sorry, guys. I have the little one on one side, the dog on the other. And it's my day off. Okay. I have the glorious Polaris. I already have 5 of these hooks, okay? Furls, y'all doing me. Y'all doing me wrong. Because y'all coming out with a beautiful hook every other month. And I'm like, I still haven't finished my Aries collection. I have not finished my cream collection. I haven't finished my Aquarius collection. And I have to finish these before they're gone. And then the Jupiter set came out. Now, I would show you mine, but they're in the house. And they are currently being housed in a place where the little one cannot get to them. But, yeah, so what is she doing with her furls hooks? Well, one, the craftsmanship is beautiful as always. I've already made a comparison on my new furls that I got before, but yeah, so beautiful. I love these hooks. I can't say enough about them. I know every time I get them, they send me a postcard that says, unbox it for us, but I can't because something in here says open it, make sure it's okay first. If something's wrong, get that fixed before you show the world. And that's just the way that this thinks. So I got them. They're beautiful. I love them. All right. So this is the 2-part, since I got that out the way. We are going to be talking about the current yarn that I am using. What is she using? I am using Big Twist Static in the colorway of Meta. So let's talk about her real quick. Let's get her talked about real quick. Let me pull her out real quick here. See, let me see. I have the big bag today. All right, so here we go. This is my. I had to take the ones. I like to take the ones that are kind of hurting because they don't get no love and they sit on the shelf, and I'm gonna take them home and I'm gonna love them. They're gonna get used. It don't matter to me. I want them back up and use them just like they are in the cake. All right, so this is not static. The Big Twist Skyline, and we know she is 438 yards, 400 meters, 100 grams, or 3.5 ounces. We also know that she is a one-weight super fine yarn. Says so right there. They also say how many balls you need to make things, and I love that. Now, these are subjective depending on what you want to make. This is the crochet hook size. It says a 2.5, I believe. Yeah, US B1 or a 2.5 millimeter hook. Or if you're going to go with the knitting needles, then you want to go with the US 3 or 3.25 for them. I mean, put it the right way for y'all so y'all can see it because I had it upside down. There. My Skyline. I hope I don't get copyrighted, Mars. I don't know these things that he's watching. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I grew up with Sesame Street. My kids grew up with Sesame Street, Blue's Clues, and a big purple dinosaur and some Teletubbies. And now, just Generation Alpha is completely different. They hit different, especially 2020 babies. He was born July 20th, 2020, and he is completely different from my children, completely different from my nieces and nephews. They hit different. All right, back to the yarn. Okay, so I love her. She is 100% acrylic yarn. So the reason why I'm on here is because I absolutely value the opinions of all my other yarning friends in the yarning community. And Kim from Affordably Crafty, hello Kim, Affordably Crafty Kim, check her out. She's got all your steals, deals, and freebies in the crafting world. And I hit her up after she got me this one. And I hit up my Joann's, and I'm going to tell y'all the absolute honest truth. The bill came over to 250 something. It was a little over $200, about $215. But I saved 90 bucks, y'all. I saved $90, so my bill was $140, and I left with like 15 skeins of yarn. 4 of them were this beautiful Skyline, and she is a roving yarn, and she does have a halo. And I mentioned Kim because she did her review, which I value her review. I value it, absolutely. And I see where her problems came with the yarn. One, she is super thin. She is a super fine yarn. You're going to want to use her not for things so much as like blankets, and if you do, you're going to take a while. You're going to take a while, and you're going to need a lot more skeins. But I'm using her to make a sweater or a tee. So I'm working on a sleeve right here. And you can see my transition of color from my other one that's attached. Clearly not her. But, yeah. Beautiful colors. Beautiful. And I'm a pink girl and a rust and a brown and a cream. And I like the neutrals and I like the pinks. And my favorite green is chartreuse. So I'm not a bright, eccentric color person. I'm like a muted color. I mean, look at me. Muted green. Okay, so anyway. Kim was having a problem with frogging this beautiful girl. And I had no problem frogging her at all. And I think the problem comes in is when we begin to frog roving style halo yarn like this, no matter what the size, if you go too fast, you're going to get the halo pill together. They're going to stick together, they're going to cling, and you're going to either have to cut it apart or you're going to have to be real gentle breaking those little halo fibers to get her to separate. She's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous yarn. I can't say enough about her. I don't want her to fall to the wayside, and so that's why I kind of feel like, Kim, you can absolutely cuss me out, call me all kind of names if you want to, but I felt like I had to piggyback your review because it kind of felt like everybody was like, oh, I'm not going to get that. And there were some people that were like, yeah, I'm going to get that. But, yeah, I had to get the Skyline because she's gorgeous. And I stared at her sitting in the Joann's, all 4 of her little, her and her little sisters sitting in there, and they were just going, take a chance on me. Take a chance, you won't be sorry. Now, I can tell you, I do not have many one-weight yarns. I believe I have 2 in my stash that I can actually go to my Yarn Buddy and look up. By the way, if you need categorizing of your yarn and you are tired of buying notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook, go look up Yarn Buddy. You can take pictures of your yarn so you know exactly what it looks like. You can put in all the dimensions of your yarn. You can add notes. You can select that yarn for a project and pull that yarn from your stash virtually without you actually having to touch your stash yet. It's amazing. It's saved my entire thing. When I first started collecting yarn, I'm gonna say about 2017. Not so much collecting yarn, but getting my yarn together because I've been crocheting since I was 6 years old. My grandmother taught me when I was 6, rest in peace, Mom Mary, and she really didn't express to me how important the craft really is to learn, to know. And the thing that I keep telling my daughter every time I come in the house and I show her the new yarns, and she's decided she likes the yarn too. She likes the big yarns, like jumbo, size 6, size 7 jumbo yarn. Her biggest crochet hook is a U, 25 millimeter, and I'm like, my poor little osteoarthritis hands can't handle that, so I'm sticking my furls. But it works for her, and she's working out a blanket. But anyway, when she comes in and she's like, Mom, what are you gonna do with all this stuff? I was like, everything that I buy has a plan for it. There is a project in mind. There is a project that I've written down or I've stored in my head, and I don't forget things easily, guys. That's a problem with me. I tend to hold on to a lot of stuff. So I don't forget stuff. So when I buy a new yarn, it has to have an intention. It must be something, or it cannot come in my house. It cannot just sit in my closet or under my bed or in a tote. It has to have a purpose, and when that purpose comes along, then I know I'm going to get that yarn and I'm going to make what I intended. Okay, so I don't buy yarn frivolously. Now, there are a couple things that I have bought. I have a few hanks that aren't going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, they just sitting around. But they still have an intended use. I just haven't found the right one for them yet. They're intended for something. In any case, when I saw the Skyline in the Joann's, she was just begging me, give her a chance. Give her a chance. And I picked her up before Kim did her review. And I knew, I mean, she's thin. She takes patience to work with. You're going to have to go slower. And you're going to get these nice, airy stitches. This nice, airy stitches out of her. Absolutely beautiful yarn. But Kim said she's soft. She is. She's beautiful. She is. But she can be hard to frog. And so I want to touch base on the frogging part real quick. And it's not so much as that Kim did a bad job in her review. Her review was excellent. I agree with her to an extent. What I did not agree with, and I felt like I needed to come on and piggyback that, is that with any roving yarn, and this is something that if you've been crocheting for a long time that we should absolutely know, if you're using a roving yarn and it has a halo on it like she does, and she's got the fluffies, you can see her, you know you, one, have to work slow, and two, if you make a mistake, you must pull that mistake out slowly. And I mean slowly. Because if you try and rip it, just yank, you're going to tangle it right up. And that's what Kim did in her review. She grabbed the end of her yarn and she yanked it. And it was coming out until she got to a part where she was pulling too fast and it clung together. And she had about a 2 minute, it was about 2 minutes of her struggling to fix this yarn so she didn't have to cut it. She thought she was going to have to cut it, but she didn't have to cut it. And I was glad that she didn't cut it because I'm just like, Kim, just slow down. Just slow down. Don't rip her. Don't break her. I'm having an existential crisis over here. I'm not even the one doing it. And I know if she had seen me sitting watching her, she would have been like, calm down, it's not that major, but it kind of was. I was like, you're hurting my soul, slow down, kid. Yeah, so she frogs just fine, and I'm going to show you. So I'm on row 14 of the herringbone tee. That's what this is. It's called the Hawthorn tee, and I'll get to the herringbone stitch later. That's being used in it, but this is the Hawthorn tee by Hanjan, Hanjan. They are here on YouTube. Check them out. So awesome. So I'm gonna frog her. Now I have a stick. She frogs just fine. You have to go slow. You have to take your time. And if you have a stick, stop. Don't pull more. Because your roving yarn is just going to stick to each other, especially if it has that halo. Now, we wish that we could say that she was like a Caron Latte cake, where you just pull on that string the whole time and rip out the whole project and it'll never get caught. It will never get stuck. But she's not. She's roving, and she's special, so we got to go slower with her. So, Yeah, it's about 15 minutes of why I love the Skyline. I love her. She's going to be something beautiful. I have 4 skeins of her. I probably have more yardage than I need for what I'm making, but it's always better to have over than under. And that means that I can make a nice little cute decorative, something to go with her. Nice little cow. If I have an extra hat, something cute. Maybe a headband for my locks. But yeah, I think that would be nice. A headband for locks. I think I'll do that after I get the new shirt. But yeah, projects I'm working on. I just finished doing my this is cinnamon stitches. Jennifer, you absolutely did this to me when we had premiere yarn of the week, Piao, which I love. I miss you. I'm gonna miss you tomorrow. I miss you all this week. Just like, you know, no Tuesday tea. Miss Cinnamon is hurting my soul, but I understand. You need to refresh, you need to reboot, and I do the same thing. When I have to step away, you step away. It's what you have to do. It's your mental health that matters. It's your stability that matters, and that's important in the long run. No matter what your fans, no matter what your members, no matter what your Patreons want of you, you have to take care of you first, or you can't take care of them. So, this is my Piao by Puzzle Yarn, made in Snowfall. This is puzzle cotton. It is a 50 acrylic, 50 cotton blend, and it is the lovely. I don't know if you see it all the way. I'm gonna cover my face. There we go. Guys, though, you see the 2 stitch markers on the end. That means I need to sew her together, but for the most part, she's done. Also inside this bag, I have cinnamon stitches. My take on her Phoenix shawl, which I absolutely love. It is the biggest shawl that I have ever made. I'm just letting you know, it's huge. It's quite huge. And I'm trying to determine, once it's finished, what I'm gonna do with it, because it's gorgeous. Yes, I don't have like weddings or anything to go to. In life, I'm a solitary person. I really don't have a lot of friends. And the yarn community becomes my friends. And that's because I'm mostly a loner. I'm a Sagittarius. I was born at the beginning of Sagittarius. And so I'm okay by myself. Do I lament not having friends? Well, yeah. I mean, you want to go out and you want to kick it and turn up and everything. But I chose the path of being a family person. And so I value my family's presence more than I value outsiders' presence, if that makes any sense. It sounds harsh, but I stay with my family because I don't know, maybe family will always be there for you. And I can't say family won't hurt you. God knows I've been hurt by my family, not my immediate, but you know, my mother, my father, my grandmother, cousins. It's been hard to not be loved in a family of people that were so loving. But I endeavored to not be my family. So like Cinnamon says, she's got some growing up issues that she's still coping with, and I think that all of us do. I'm still coping with my growing up issues, but I think I'm better off because I'm raising my family to be better than I was. I'm raising my daughters to be stronger than me. Now, I have a son. You guys saw James. I have Ayana. You guys have not seen her, but she's my oldest daughter, and she's my middle child. And I would never treat my middle child the way that my parents treated me, ever. And I endeavored to be better to her than they were to me, and especially on the level of being a female. I endeavored to be better than my mother was at raising me. I was a better mother. I'm a better mother than my mother was, by leaps and bounds. Just the fact that I'm still talking to my daughters, I'm still in their lives, and when they have crisis, they come to me for help. I can't do that with my mother. I can't just call her and talk to her, and if I have crisis, she really doesn't care. So that's how that is. So almost 20 minutes in the back end about my life and cinnamon stitches, but yes, that's what I'm working on. Phoenix shawl. I got the nice puzzle cotton sweater going on there for the fall. And The Hawthorne tee is on the way, made out of this beautiful Skyline. It's awesome. Oh, one more yarn that I have to give love before we go. One more. Just I know, it's 20 minutes. I know. I'm sorry. Am I going to edit this? No, I'm not going to edit this. You're gonna get all 20 minutes. All right. I have to give this yarn love. I'm using this in my Phoenix shawl. This is K&C, or crochet, knit and crochet movement. This yarn is gorgeous. Now, she reminds me of Glam, only without the sequins, because she does have the color shiny running through her, just like the Glam, the Big Twist Glam. But she's supposed to be like the premium. Like Big Twist is their value and their specialty, but K&C is definitely their premium brand for Joann's. And I love her. She's a medium weight 3. She's doing absolutely beautiful, and she goes so great with my shawl. So y'all need to check out the movement. Check out the movement. This color is called Dusty Raspberry. She's beautiful. All right, I've talked your heads off enough. I love you, my stitches. And until the next time, stitch this, my stitches. Love you guys. Later.